Welcome, I'm Scott, and this is my YouTube channel, The Quilting Camper. And today I have something really special for you. So many of you ask, why do I subscribe to the Sew Sampler box? Well, why don't you find out? I hope you'll join me. Welcome back. I am so grateful you decided to join me on why do I subscribe to the Sew Sampler box. This is a special edition of the Quilting Camper, so I really appreciate you joining me. I get asked fairly frequently, well, Scott, why don't you do the projects in the box? What do you do with all that fabric you get? Have you used all those notions before? You know, those are really valid questions. As a quilter and a sewer, I would really like to be honest with you. I'm going to share the 5 reasons why I get the Sew Sampler box, and one reason why it may not always be the best solution. I've been doing Sew Sampler for 5 years, and you know what? I love it. I don't get sponsored, although I would love to be an affiliate, but I pay for all my boxes. I give you all my honest answers about all the stuff that are in these boxes. And you know what? The way they're curated, the way they come together, the thought that goes into it, it's worth the $29 I pay every month, plus tax and shipping here in Wisconsin. Because we usually get somewhere between $55 and $80 worth of product. It usually includes a pattern, a quilt block of the month, a coupon or two, as well as some fabric pre-cuts, notions, and of course, something special, playful, or fun. It just depends on what they decide to share with us. So if you've ever wondered whether the subscription box is worth it, this might be the best video for you to watch. And it's from yours truly, Scott, the Quilting Camper. Let's get started. Well, my first reason why I subscribe to the Sew Sampler box is it worth the price? Well, this is the September 2025 box, and let me tell you, this one was stellar. The theme for the September 2025 box is bees and braids. This box is valued at $80. It's unbelievable. I mean, when I think about variety that I get in these boxes, that makes up for the money that I put aside to pay for these boxes. But it's still a really good value. For example, I get a junior jelly roll. This normally would cost like $32. A full jelly roll is almost $52. This can make a table runner or a small throw. And if I add a little backing fabric and some other fat quarters, I could make a very small quilt with this. I also get this really cool product from It's So Emma. With this 5-inch jelly braid roll, I can actually make a pieced quilt without knowing a lot about quilting. It's called foundation paper piecing. What a great tool to get in this box. I also get a notion, a clover seam ripper, which is essential for everyday sewing and quilting. And it's in a beautiful exclusive pink color, just for Fat Quarter Shop. And they give me a tool, a quilt project book, for me to log whatever quilt that I'm working on, take notes, what fabric brands I'm using. So when I start a project, I know exactly what I need to know if I start a different project and come back to this one. And of course, you get some great quilt patterns in a box. This is an exclusive quilt pattern that Fat Quarter Shop designs just for this box. And only people that subscribe to this box get it. And we also have a quilt along. This is a block of the month. You go through 12 months that ends in March, and you can make a whole quilt. It's a really ingenious idea. It makes this box so unique that you really don't have to make any other decisions on what to buy. Everything is here. You also get a cute little leaflet that tells you what's inside this box, what the theme is, and they also give you some coupons. Makes added value to this box. You save time, you don't have to make as many personal decisions, and it offers easy projects. You can't go wrong. I just think the Fat Quarter Shop puts so much thought in these boxes every month. I just look at these extra goodies that we get, and I just think to myself, I wouldn't think about buying these on my own because I wouldn't know what to put together when I go into a quilt shop that has so many options. So for me, for $29 for tax and shipping, this box is worthwhile because it's not just the dollar amount, it's the convenience and inspiration that comes along with it. It's just such a great value. Reason number 2, fabric variety without feeling overwhelmed. You know, with Fat Quarter Shop So Sampler boxes, I get exposed to so many different designers and color styles I normally may not find on my own in a quilt shop. And because of that, I feel like I'm blessed for getting so many different types of fabric cuts. And small cuts equals low pressure. You don't have to worry about buying yardage of fabric and having around if you've got pre-cuts like these. You also can build a fabric stash over time. If you've ever had that feeling like, oh, I see that quilter online and in the background they have all those pre-cuts in the backdrop, and you're like, oh, I wish I could do that. Fat Quarter Shop So Sampler boxes allow us to build that stash over time. And you're looking at it right now in my Tupperware right here. It also helps me not to buy repetitive styles. The Fat Quarter Shop So Sampler boxes offers fabric patterns that are unique at that time. And sometimes they're exclusive and no one else can get them until maybe 3 or 4 months later. It's such a great deal. The So Sampler box stretches my creativity without stretching my budget. $29 a month. It's a very low commitment. I mean, heck, none of my bills are that cheap. I also get these boxes primarily to build my stash, not to make the patterns in the box. But that's my choice as someone who subscribes and pays for all my own boxes. You can see that having fabric pre-cuts saves a lot of storage too. This is a rectangular 3 from Tupperware, and look at all my charm packs that are in here. I can easily just look inside my Tupperware here and see all the charm packs that I have gotten over the years from Fat Quarter Shop So Sampler boxes. I also have my mini charms in an oval too. Isn't that cool? And yes, you guys, I do sell Tupperware. I have been with Tupperware for many, many years, and I do use it to organize my fabric. If that's something that interests you, check out my link below. I'm always here for questions. This here is a rectangular 4. Look at all these junior jelly rolls. I love them because a lot of times I make a jelly roll quilt or project and I'm left over with so many extraneous pieces. With a junior jelly roll, I almost use everything that I get. It's awesome. Reason number 3, building a solid notion stash. Well, if you subscribe to So Sampler, I can guarantee you, you will not have to buy a single notion ever again. I have more notions than I know of, and I didn't know that I need them. And as it turns out, the alpha clippies I got in my December 2025 box are amazing. And guess what? It's an invention from Fat Quarter Shop. I feel so blessed that I get notions I can use every day. I also feel blessed that I can go to my local quilt shop and buy yardage, batting, patterns, instead of buying little notions like sewing machine needles, pins, rulers, that sort of thing, because I get them in my boxes. It saves me time, but I can still support my local quilt shop. I actually use most of the items in here. I use Overwhelm thread. It's expensive now, but it's great when it comes in a box, and it came in a 2025 box this past year. I also have quilt clips from Clover. I have so many of these. This came in a box. I will probably gift this to a friend of mine because I have everything I need, but it's nice to have a surplus if I ever need extra. And you know what? If you're new to quilting, you can always use these notions. You never know what you're not going to need until you get it, and then you're inspired to do so. And even for an experienced quilter, these notions are invaluable. Over time, this box quietly builds a really solid quilting and sewing setup. It's a great value. Reason number 4, inspiration that leads to creation. I want to share with you a little montage of some projects that I have done in the past with the products that I get in my So Sampler boxes. Okay, It's kind of funny because people ask me to show projects that I'm working on. I give away almost all of my projects to friends and family, and that's why I never have them showing in my backdrop. But I also have 6 other projects brewing up right now as we speak. Maybe someday I'll have a quilt hanging back there for you guys to see. So sampler boxes inspire me to want to create and make more. You know, because of that monthly momentum, you get a box every month, it creates a little bit of energy like, oh, now I want to do this. Oh, I really am inspired by this fabric. Oh, the block of the month is something I never thought of until now. You get that kind of nudge to feel like you're ready to create something new. And whether it's something that you create from the box or something that you create on your own, it's still inspiration. And that's what I love about the boxes. It also reduces decision fatigue. Oh, I don't know what I should make this month. I was thinking about making some quilted zipper pouches, but what about those Dresden plates or a table runner? The themes for each box kind of creates that, oh, I know what I'm gonna do. When I saw those jelly roll braids, I knew right off the bat that I wanna make a table runner. It helped make that decision just like that. The Sew Sampler box really manage your ability to be creative when you take it on the go. For me, as the Quilting Camper, when I do a quilting camping retreat, it's nice to have everything in this one box that I need. Or maybe it's just 2 boxes. Still, it's nice to have it organized that way. And I also like to do crafting time with my friends. These really make a great way to make that easier. Reason number 5. This box fits my quilting lifestyle. I'm one of those people that just doesn't have a lot of time to do the things I want to get done. And the Sew Sampler box allows me to see my projects more clearly, allows me to be inspired on the go. And you know what? It's fun to have something that just doesn't create any pressure. You know how much stress it is to plan a ginormous quilt or a project that you don't have any support on? Or even if you look at a book in a store and you're like, I want to make that quilt in the book, and all the things that go into having to endure making that quilt. These Sew Sampler boxes give you everything you need to make a project, and it just takes away that stress. I find that I can just relax and focus. And this box really works for where I am in my quilting journey. So I want to ask that one question. Why would this box not be good for you or good for me? Well, one thing to remember that you don't have to subscribe to anything to be a quilter. Quilting is open to anyone that decides they want to be inspired to do so. I learned how to quilt because of Fat Quarter Shop. I watched the videos from Kimberly Jolly during the pandemic, and it was amazing what I got out of that. And I also knew what tools I needed to make this work right. When I subscribed to Sew Sampler, I got everything I needed along the way in that journey, and it worked really well for me. But Sew Sampler boxes may not be the right thing for you if you like to buy large fabric cuts. Maybe you like to have a little bit more control over the things that you get. Maybe there's a designer that you are really smitten with. And I mean, this is the person that you really like to quilt with. Also, if you subscribe to the Sew Sampler box or any other quilt subscription for very long periods of time, it can be expensive. For me, I look at it this way. In the moment of time, I spend $29 this month to get a really awesome box that's gonna motivate my creativity. It's worth it to me. But if you do it for years and years like I have, it does add up. I'd like to invite you to watch my video where I unboxed 24 Sew Sampler boxes, and it was unbelievable, which is equivalent to 2 years, and what the value of that was. I paid $650 for 2 years, 24 boxes, and got over $1,400 of notions, quilting fabric, patterns, things that inspire creativity and joy. And it was worth every penny that I paid. Well, you guys, that's a wrap on the reasons why I subscribe to the Sew Sampler box. I really hope you found this video informative and inspiring. Let me know in the comments below that if you subscribe to this box, and tell me why. Is it because of the fabric like I love? And would this type of box work for you and your quilting style if you haven't subscribed yet? I'd really like to know. Also, let me know if this video helped you. And if it did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Share this video, get it out there so the people know that the Quilting Camper is a thing and I can continue to make valuable content like this for all of you. Thanks so much for joining me here today on the Quilting Camper. I love you all so very much. And remember, we share kindness with each other. And that's what we do. Until the next one, bye for now. And it's always the same price. It's an empty box, but it's all here. You can see I have a couple notions here. My last box I did for December 2025. Oh my God. Yay, I love my bloopers so much. Yay. There's a ghost in here that likes to move my stuff around. Once again, thank you for watching. Check out some of my other YouTube videos on my channel, The Quilting Camper. See you really soon.